Greetings. Today I'm excited to announce the first collaborative video between myself and Action Together Network, which is an amazing community of new progressive activists. I'm working with them to identify and answer questions necessary for a blue wave in November. Today we're going to be looking at some insights from a book on the ethics of activism by my friend Francis Lee, and I encourage you to download that book. It's available for free on their website. So what is today's question? Our today's question is, how do we deal with conflict in resistance groups? There's not only issues connected to the elections that we're specifically working on in these groups, there's also just issues out in the world like Gaza and Palestine and Israel, the conflict there that people of goodwill can honestly disagree about. And if we have conflict in our groups that goes unmet or where there's lingering hurts, it just makes us less effective in winning in November. So it's good for us to have some tools to deal with that. So let's have some tools to deal with that. The motto is assume good intentions and then make that real. So what does this mean? You're on Facebook, right? And you see something that someone wrote that's just really hurtful and upsetting or makes you really angry. It seems intolerant, it seems ignorant, it seems maybe dismissive of you and your views. So you notice that you're getting angry, right? And the first thing is just to de-escalate yourself so that you can make a good decision about what you want to do next. And we've all not done that. My brother is a Trump supporter, so I definitely have at times not had the right response. But that's where we start. And something that's helpful when we're de-escalating ourselves is, this comes from an essay in that book I mentioned by Dean Spade. And it's ask what else is true about this person. Right? So hopefully you know this person, you've seen them in real life, maybe you went to a march together, maybe you volunteered with them. Just remember things about them, like their work, they have, their family, what might be going on in their lives that might explain why they did what they did. Or even just a post, maybe last week they posted something and you thought was so useful and great and you said thumbs up. So that's assuming good intentions. And then the second part is making it real. So that means when we assume good intentions, that means good intentions from everyone, including ourselves. And that's really the tough thing, right? Because it's so easy, even in some kind of passive-aggressive way, to want to retaliate or be a little angry or a little snide or a little sarcastic in our response. And we can want to do this in a way that say, oh, we're being accountability, we're presenting facts, we're, setting the record straight. We can rationalize a lot of why we respond with hostility and defensiveness. But the rule that I have for myself is just to never do anything with anger, right? Like even if I'm making someone accountable or presenting facts, if I'm doing it with anger, it's not going to work. The person is going to read the defensiveness, and even if I'm right, it's not going to have an effect on them. So basically, if I'm unable to respond with that anger, I just don't respond. And sometimes that makes me so angry because I really, really want to respond and set someone right because someone is wrong on the internet. But I don't. So I was like, take a break. And if after calming down, just doing something else, you still think that the comment is a problem, or the person is a problem, then you go to your moderator, your group moderator, and you message them privately. And group moderators, they're volunteers like everyone. And sometimes they might see a comment, and sometimes they might miss it. They might just not see it because there's so much going on the page, right? Or they might not read it like you did. So just bring it to them. And group moderators are really good at going to a person and saying, what you said was hurtful, or what did you mean by this? And they don't have that emotional response that we do. So they can often resolve it. And most of the time, these people that say something awful, most of the time it's actually pretty easy for them to be brought back into being their best selves, which is true for all of us, right? Because we do all are in these groups because we want to make a better America, and we care about human rights, and we care about democracy, and we care about women's rights, and we care about immigrants, and we're angry at corruption. And, we share all these values around basically compassion, right? So, yeah, so that's the advice for this week, is assume good intentions of the person who's made you angry, and then make it real by acting out of good intention. And if we're too angry or triggered to acting out of good intention, just take a breath. And if it still seems like a problem after we've taken a breath and a break, then go through the moderator. So, hope this was useful. Let me know what you think. Let me know how it jives with your interactions in your own group. And onward to the midterms.